let me just do it this way. If Matt Stafford is healthy, I think we can start from there. And so if he's healthy, what do I think about him in general? I don't know. I'm still not probably going to be drafting him because if he goes into the season healthy, great. But it's always going to be the back of my head. Am I going to get 8 games out of you? Am I going to get 6 games out of you? What's going to be the deal? So I won't be drafting Matt Stafford, but Hoove, when you're sitting there and you're punting the quarterback position, let's say, and you get towards the late rounds, he's not going to be a sexy pick. He will be certainly available for you in the later rounds. Let's say all those 3 guys we talked about before are off the board. Brock's gone, Jordan Love's gone, CJ Stroud's gone. Matt Stafford in the late rounds, what are your thoughts?
I'm all in on Matt Stafford at value. I think that there's so many quarterbacks this year that they have that top 10 upside, that there's guys like Matthew Stafford, there's guys like Aaron Rodgers, that these veteran quarterbacks that people aren't viewing in the dynasty lens, that they're just sliding way down the ADP on Sleeper. And that's when people like us, we should jump in and we should scoop that up and get all that value, because Matthew Stafford, like I remember I wrote an article last year that just the right time, right pick, and Matthew Stafford came in off the bench for me, and he put up a QB8 week for me. So there's always that upside with what Matthew Stafford can have. Just like Jake was alluding to, it just comes down to injury and health. But we've also seen, the Rams weren't super big on drafting a quarterback this year in the draft. So there is always that option of maybe they trade for Matthew Stafford's successors halfway through the year. Maybe they're the first team that gets banged up and they go out looking for an answer. Maybe he gets banged up and they're put in a predicament. Well, hey, maybe we're the team in 2025 that actually goes out and does that. So there are so many options for what the Rams can do still, that I'm not worried about the production from Puka and Kupp and everyone involved. I still feel very confident. The only person I don't feel confident in is Blake Corum, but I'm sure that we'll talk about that in a sec. So
we will. Don't you worry. We will. Dustin, I don't know. You taking him as a stab? Are you also in on him at cost, as Hoop said?
At cost, sure. I think he'd be if you're one to roster 2 quarterbacks in your redraft team, I think he'd be a great second quarterback, especially considering some of the matchups he may have throughout the season. I mean, because we know that these fantasy options, as far as wide receivers, tight end, not so much, but the running back, we know they all produce. So Stafford will have his weeks. It's just a matter of knowing which of these weeks he's going to have. I don't see him having this elite upside, but I think at cost, yeah. I mean, I feel like he's got a safer floor than a lot of quarterbacks going above him.
That's the correct term.
I like that. God, maybe I should just wait. Maybe I won't even draft Brock. Maybe I will wait even further. I do this every fucking year, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it this round. I'm going to wait another round, and then the one guy I want gets taken, and then I got to wait another round and another. I'm probably going to draft a lot of Matt Stafford. God damn it.